Hi guys. So today is the conference by HAVIN, the Houston Area Visually Impaired Network, and Ron Graham is the president of this organization. It's for the blind, and I think people or different groups from different parts of the city. In fact, Moaz is here, a good friend of mine from Austin. He has his own NGO, which is helping the blind people and giving them a new life, a new purpose to live the life with more, let's say, goals and more motivation. So I'm here at the University of Houston in Optometry department. It's a beautiful event today. We have a lot of volunteers in here. So I'm just going to give you a little bit of the tour, how it looks like and what's happening in here. So I'll be trying to cover as much as possible. Hello. Yeah. For sure. For sure, Ji. Assalamu alaikum. How you doing? How you doing? So these guys are here. These are volunteers, and so the conference is going on in here. I can't talk inside, but I'll do the best I can to give you a view while me being in the picture. That's how it is. These are all blind people mostly who are here. These are blind people. And they are giving presentations. They are using AI. They're using online systems to live their lives. They can read books, 200 words, 100 words a minute, which is even more than a normal person can read or handle. So trust me, they are on the next edge, by the way. They're using technology in a complete different way, which we have not yet because they got limitation. So they wanted to overcome the limitation. Therefore, they're heavily using artificial technology. They have different apps, they have different machines, they have different type of softwares and hardware available to do translations, transcribe things on the fly. This is how the hall looks like behind me. These are blind people with obviously normal people too, to help them out. And they are here to do the display. Moaz is Moaz NGO. I'll try to give you the tour. So we have, this is Moaz with his guiding dog. That's the table. And then we have other people here too, different organizations who are actually helping blind people being independent or making their lives easy. They're trying to give them reasons. They're trying to give them different kind of support, whether with the technology or with medical devices maybe or something. So I'll probably do a little bit of the interviews with the individuals too, but I just wanted to make a video first and give you the insight. These blind people are not the traditional blind people, to be honest, who are not able to do anything. They do jobs. They're full-time employees. They're not employees in any kind of useless companies. They are employees in the government agencies, in proper offices, and they're working just like normal people. They have a lot of devices to help them out in order to perform the work, but indeed they do it just like us. In fact, they do better than us. Sometimes we see that we don't really, we don't really perform well. So let's say this lady, she's blind, but she's typing. Okay, so this is a special keyboard for her. I think she has a Bluetooth, which is speaking in her ear and telling her what she's typing. But again, and they do have the Braille dots as well on the hardware. So she's very well typing, and you can see this is amazing. Now, so it's not easy for a normal person. I can type by my eyes closed, but it's not easy for normal people to do the typing this way. This is amazing. I'm telling you, they have the next level technology that we probably can think of, maybe see in movies. Okay, so these guys are the heroes. They live their lives with all the difficulties and still make it. We are not thankful to so many things we have. We are always making noise and saying things that we don't have that and we don't have this. But trust me, let me change my hand. I'm getting tired. But trust me, when it comes to now, this lady, she's also blind and she looks absolutely normal. See, she's doing interaction. So these are two blind people doing interaction just like normal people. There's nothing weird or something that cannot be done. Okay, see? This is blind people. You see? It's amazing. These guys are the inspiration, to be honest, for people like us who have the eyes and we complain about so many things in our lives which we don't have. But trust me, they will probably do anything to get the vision back or to see. And again, she's blind. She's, let me just show you. Yeah. She's reading paper by the braille. So it's a braille paper she has. See? She's feeling. You see? That's how she's reading.
That's that one that no one
See? And this is their keyboard. Okay. Vision rehabilitation from UT Health. The hospital is here. Hi guys.
Hi, how are you?
Hi guys. I'm good. Thank you. I'm just I do the video, the TV channel, and I'm showing people that how all of these guys are superheroes. They're better than the people who have eyes. We sometimes don't value what we have.
Yeah.
And you guys are doing everything just like normal. It's just amazing.
Yeah.
This needs a lot of efforts and a lot of inspiration. This is just so amazing. So, so I wish we can do more for you, but we will be keep on improving things for each other.
Okay.
Thank you once again. Thanks a lot. You're welcome. So, yeah, hi there. So let's cover what kind of technology are you offering for the blind people?
We are the Texas Technology Access Program. We're federally funded, and we have a lending library, and we will ship our items across the state for people to try, so that they have an opportunity to try before they buy expensive equipment.
Sure.
So these are just a few of our items.
Mhm.
People can go online to the Texas Technology Access Program and look at our lending library, because we've got just a pretty broad range of tools that people can borrow without paying for it.
Wow.
So kind of just a try before you buy opportunity to make really good decisions. Invest so much money.
I'm impressed by the technology these guys are using, to be honest.
Yeah.
It's actually next level than people who can see.
It is really huge, and our program then allows you to maybe take something from Crystal Vision or something from Humanware and take it home and actually compare them side by side.
Wow.
So that you can get a good feel for what fits for you. It's kind of like you like an Android, I like an iPhone.
Yeah.
And it gives people that opportunity to really try before they purchase something, and then it doesn't have the features that they really
Sure.
want. So,
I'm glad. I'll definitely come by later on too. Thanks a lot. Thank you. Thank you. So now this lady has a camera in her glasses, which is actually seeing and translating things for her. So you see, I'll try to see. Yeah. So there's a camera there. See. And this is helping her. She's a guiding dog. This shows whenever you see this kind of dog who has this type of the harness on him, it means it's the guiding dog. So be careful. These are not normal dogs. These are very expensive dogs. They go through a lot of training to guide them, to guide a human. They understand the language. They have a lot of abilities which normal dogs don't have. And obviously, it's a very expensive job. But anyhow, so these guys are responsible to make sure that the blind person goes home safely. And whatever they wanted to do, the dog will help them do it, just like a companion. Unfortunately, we human have no time to be a companion for anybody. So the dog is doing better job than us, and is basically more reliable, unfortunately, than a human. What to say, you know? So again, now when we say visually impaired and blind, there are two different things. Okay, we don't want to mix the two. Visually impaired means, well, up to my best understanding, that the person has a weak or conditional vision, but blind means completely blacked off, right? So that's it. So we have a lot of visually impaired people than the blind, but they all fall in the same category because obviously it is considered blind. Whatever situation comes to you, some people can see 10%, like blurry everything, like foggy or something. Oh yeah, I'm sorry. And so yeah, so what I have to do is, because these are flat tables, I'll probably have to shift my camera and do some kind of interview type of thing. And yeah, here. So these are technologies that are showing. Oh wow! Oh, this is cool, man! Wow! Oh wow! Can you open back again? Wow! And this is pretty clear, by the way. It's amazing how this thing is working. Wow! It's very handy. You can carry anywhere, and it has a great vision. You can still see in my mobile that it's pretty bright, by the way. So I'm glad. This is beautiful. You guys got the next level technologies in here for sure. So I'll go to Moaz family. These are the helping hands who have been supporting him, and let's say the guiding star for Moaz. His parents, sisters are here too, brother, and other people. So we'll probably do the little bit of the interview again with the sideways of the camera, because this way you cannot get more people, or the frame is very small. So I know a lot of people say to me that, hey, you know what, you keep on changing the camera view or the camera orientation, but there's a purpose for it, because I wanted to cover so much which cannot be done if I'm doing the vlogging or something. Yeah, I know I can get a better equipment or something, but right now this is what we have, and we're gonna make use of everything, every resource we have. So yeah, so what I'm gonna do, I'll try to do a tour of the technologies that we see. You're just gonna hear me, you're not gonna see me, you'll be seeing them. Okay. Hi guys, this is Samir Khan with you. And what's your name, lady?
I'm Chelsea White.
Hey Chelsea White, thank you so much once again for giving me your time.
Of course.
When you mentioned about guiding dogs, they are the lifeline for the blind people. So just wanted to know how much time it takes for a dog to be trained to guide a blind person, like a lifestyle.
So it takes about 2 years to train a dog. The Seeing Eye and pretty much all of the other guide dog schools in this country do the whole process. They breed dogs.
Okay.
So they breed for the work. They raise them. So
Okay.
they're raised in homes and learn how to not chew up your shoes and
Wow.
potty outside and all that kind of stuff.
Wow.
They come back to the school, and then that's where they learn how to be a guide dog.
So there's a special school for the dog.
There's several different schools around the
Wow,
country. Yes.
man, this is amazing. And do they learn like different languages there too?
No, all of the dogs in this country are taught with English commands.
Okay, that's fine. So what about the Hispanic people wanting to get the dog? They have to give instructions in English?
They do, but the commands are pretty simple. It's left, right, and forward.
Okay.
And then basic obedience, sit down, those
Okay.
kinds of things. But that's pretty much it.
What about if the dog sees an endangerment or some kind of thing, like a dog or something coming up? How does the dog is going to let the person know or stop?
So dogs are taught to stop at elevation changes, so
Okay.
curbs and steps.
Yeah.
So say for example you're walking in a building and you come across a flight of stairs going down, the dog is going to stop,
Okay.
and then you would reach your foot out, find the top of that step, and then tell your dog forward. Same with the down ramp or the down curve of a street, the dog is going to stop, and then you listen to your traffic, know when it's safe to cross, and then tell your dog forward.
Have there been any incidents of the dog being disobeying or run away, or like he's not doing whatever he's supposed to do?
Dogs aren't perfect.
Yeah, for sure. So this is what I wanted to let you know, guys, that look, I know we all love dogs and cats and different kind of animal, but remember, animal is an animal at the end of the day. They do have their own aggression, stress periods maybe, or some kind of, mood tantrums too.
They're definitely, highly trained, go through many tests and, that kind of thing to make sure that, they are, and you and them together are going to be as safe as possible. But like you said, at the end of the day, right, they're still dogs.
Animal is animal.
Yeah.
The other thing, what are the breeds which are normally trained for this kind of purpose?
So predominantly you're going to see Labrador Retrievers, with a handful of German Shepherds, Golden Retrievers, and then quite a few schools also cross the Lab with the Golden.
Oh, okay.
Quite often, unless you really, really know what you're looking at, they look a lot like a Lab.
Wow. Okay. And how much the dog costs with the 2-year training and everything?
It depends on the school.
Okay.
Every school handles that a little bit differently. Most of the guide dog schools in this country provide the dog and training and ear training with the dog and all of that goes with it for free. We are one of the exceptions, we being the Seeing Eye. We do charge a small fee for the dog. It's $150 for your first dog. It's $50 for every dog after that. And if you are a veteran, so you served in any of the Air Force, Army, it's $1. And the reason for that is because we actually give ownership of the dog to you.
Gotcha.
So, you pay for it, it's yours. Right?
So when you say the school and the training, who buys the dog, or you are the one providing the dog as well with the training?
Yeah, so we breed all of our own dogs.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so we have a fairly extensive breeding program. We actually have a full-time geneticist on our staff.
Wow.
Who keeps track of all the genetics and
on a DNA level, guys.
Yes.
This is sci-fi, by the way.
It's pretty serious because we want to make sure that not only do we have the healthiest dogs possible, but also that we have dogs that are best suited for the work. So.
And is there any way we can bring our own dog from house and the one that we've been living with, and then you can train him, or you're not gonna take him?
Yeah, unfortunately not. You might have the best pet in the whole entire world, but if they haven't been socialized to be out in public, they might be great at home, but as soon as you take them on the bus, maybe they're going to be like,
they're gonna get panicked.
I don't like this. This is scary.
Yeah.
Right. So you need a dog that has been exposed to all of that, so that when they do go out, they're not as scared.
And at what age do you start training them?
So actually, they start from the day that they're born.
Wow.
So from the day that they're born, we start exposing them to people. People handle them and touch them, and We start, exposing them once their hearing is and vision is, their eyes open and all that kind of stuff.
Wow.
We start exposing them to different sounds and different textures and all of that. When they're 7 to 8 weeks old, that's when they go with our puppy raisers.
Okay.
And puppy raisers, they're with them for about 14 months.
Okay.
And that's where they're exposed to the world, right? Not only do they, like I said, learn to not chew up your shoes and potty outside and all that kind of stuff, but they also get exposed to the bus and all of those
their
places. Transportation, the mall, children.
And you also teach them about the road rules, like the zebra crossing and lights.
Yes, zebra crossings are super important.
Yeah, this is one of the major problems.
It is. I ran across one the other day.
My God. Yeah. So, and it's scary, by the way. I mean, people think you see, but you don't see, and unfortunately, things happen then.
So, like I said earlier, they're trained. They're trained to stop at those elevation changes. They're also trained to avoid obstacles, so to keep you from running into stuff.
Gotcha.
Right? The light poles, the garbage cans, the people, tables, chairs, all that stuff. Right?
And how long a dog lasts of this much of the work and everything? What's the age span?
So they're typically about 2 when you get them, or thereabouts. And on average, a dog will work until they're about 10-ish or so.
Okay.
Some might work longer, some might not work quite as long. It just depends on the dog.
So how do you, after that age, do they die or they are decommissioned from the work field or something? When they're ready to retire, which, sometimes is health driven. Yeah.
Sometimes they just get tired.
Yeah.
Right? Just like we do. Right?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. So at that point in time, they are retired, and then it is up to you what happens with them.
Gotcha.
You can keep them as a pet.
Okay.
I actually have my retired guide at home.
Okay.
They can go to a friend or family member. Quite often dogs develop a fan club.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, for sure. Yeah.
So, if you can't or don't want to keep them yourself, quite often you have, friends and family who are more than happy to take them.
Yeah.
If either one of those options are not a thing, then we will take them back. So the school you got them from will take them back, and we'll find them a really nice home.
And this brings another question, and perhaps a lot of guys watching the channel online might also ask, do they also get like the vacation, the time off, the weekend, or from? Just asking, man. He's a fucking dog.
That's a fair question, right? Just like us, right? They need time off too.
Okay.
Right? So absolutely, like when I'm home, or I travel quite a bit for my job. So like when I'm in my hotel room or whatever, her harness is off, or she's off leash, and she's just a dog.
Oh.
She can run around and play with toys.
Wow.
She and my retired guide love to play. So yeah, they absolutely get lots of playtime and free time and time to just be a dog.
Wow. Now the lab controlled or breeded dogs, the log bred dogs, how much do they cost as a dog itself?
So if you were to, so from the time that they're born throughout their working relationship, it takes us about $70,000 per dog to breed that dog, to raise that dog, to train it, to match it with a person, and to support that person and that team throughout the working relationship.
That's really expensive resource, by the way, guys. So these dogs are not cheap. And obviously, a lot of things are going in place. They're doing everything they can to control on every level.
Sure.
So definitely, this is the way. Now, do you guys change them like the owners, or do they have to live with the same person for a long time period? How does it work?
So once the dog is matched with a blind or visually impaired person, that dog is that person's.
Oh, gotcha.
So, right,
okay.
like that $150 that you pay is basically your fee for your dog.
Gotcha.
So once you pay that fee and once you go through training and go home with that dog is your dog.
Wow. Now, let's say, funny question is, can the people with the eyes in love of dogs can also take dogs from you? I'm sorry.
We actually we have an adoption program.
Okay.
So the dogs that don't make it, because they don't all make it.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So the dogs that don't make it go into our adoption program. And the general public can adopt one of those. We call them career change.
Yeah.
Right? Instead of rejects, it sounds a lot better.
Man, just like forces, you want to go into forces, you have to go through the medical test, the physical test. Your height and weight has to be this much in order to be selected.
Absolutely.
The dog has to go through the same way. In fact, the canine goes through even more training than these dogs, because those guys have to sniff a lot of materials and hidden things which a normal person, even normal dog, cannot figure out.
Never finds.
Yeah, so it's difficult. Yeah, but anyhow, thank you so much once again for your time and giving me this much insight.
You're very welcome.
I'll also take your contact details, and definitely I'll share the contact details with my audience.
Absolutely.
Thank you so much once again. Take care of yourself. Let's shake hands.
Thank you for your time.
You're welcome. Thank you so much. Take care.
Thank you.
Hello, viewers. This is Samir with you. I'm here with the Texas Blind Children Program, and let's find out what do we have from the government and from different organizations for kids who are blind or who are going towards the blindness. So please introduce your name and which our organization are you representing, and then some details.
Okay, so hi, my name is Nancy Gaspar. I'm a blind children specialist. I work for the Health and Human Services Department, but under their umbrella, but it's for the Blind Children's Program.
Cool.
My name is Lee Rodriguez. I also work for the Blind Children's Program in the Houston office.
Cool. Now, a couple of questions. What are the ages that you take in for counseling or giving program help or something? What are the ages for the blind kids?
So the ages are from 0 to 22.
Wow.
Yeah. So it's a wide range, but we help them find their best, right?
Gotcha.
And it's not just like we don't do counseling, but we can provide that as a service.
Okay.
We outsource that, but we do help out with adjustments of blindness, independent living skills, traveling, communication. We do support for not just the child that we serve, but for the parent.
The parents is more important.
Yeah, because it's hard.
It's for them. I mean, the child does not feel because he's never seen anything if he's blind by birth. But the parent is the one who's actually
suffering on the inside.
He's more sensitive, right? Yeah, my kid is not can see.
And adjustment is difficult.
Yeah, and the other thing is, most of the time we don't really realize being parent that the child has some problem.
Right.
Unless, I don't know if somebody will go straight to the labs and say, hey, check my kids everything in order to be, if it's normal or not. We normally take the kids home and then we start realizing what's going on.
Correct.
So how do you, is there an education program for the kids, for the parents?
There's definitely a lot of educational support that we provide. There's educational parent education that we provide as far as like different conferences and conventions. We do provide a lot of material for them to research as well. And we do provide even like a blindness simulation, right, for our parents.
Yeah, so that they can get an understanding what the child goes through.
Oh, gotcha. Oh, yeah. This is going to be much easier for the parent to
understand,
to create the whole atmosphere in home, how the child sees. Sorry, ma'am. There's a camera. I'm sorry. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah. So, and what is the length of the services that you provide? How long is it going to be with the child or the parent, for life or certain age?
Yes. Yeah. So like I mentioned earlier, it's from 0 to 22. But ideally, depending on what the child has going on, right? Okay. So some of our kiddos are homebound, right? They got medically complex issues. Some of them, are able to one day, be a productive person in society, and they'll be able to be employed. And so we transition them out at teenage years into the Texas Workforce Commission, and then they focus on employment, right? We start off on just focusing on independent and being their best, whatever that looks like for them. And so they age out out of our
Yeah.
program at different ages depending on what stage they are.
Now, just to recap, if somebody comes to you, like obviously the parent maybe or the child, what exact services or products are you gonna give it to them to take home or maybe to help them out?
Yeah. So it really depends on the needs of the family.
Okay.
So our services are unique to each individual family, so
Okay.
it's not cookie cutter.
Okay.
So what family may need regarding support or assisted devices, other families may not need that.
Yeah.
It all comes down to the child's ability, their type of disability, how much motor skill or function they have. It all is based on just various needs of each individual family.
Yeah,
And,
because every child has different vision
Yes.
levels.
Yeah.
So
And-
some are total and some can see some, and so
Okay.
it all that
And
matters.
some kids have multiple disabilities,
Yes.
which impacts them too.
Yes.
And this leads to another question: do these child or kids are also psychologically deprived or maybe weak as well? Like they have some kind of psychotic situation with them, or
So not necessarily
Most of the time.
psychotic, but I mean everybody has a different way of adjusting, right? So sometimes we have like autism and blindness, or there's different things, and we all are sighted, so we learn by observation, right? So it's more hands-on, right? Like what does a toaster do? How does this function? So it's not necessarily a mental thing. It's more of a way to teach more descriptively with our hands for our kids.
yeah,
So it may look like, hey, this kid doesn't understand, but it doesn't mean that they don't understand. They just, if you've never seen it, you don't know it exists.
Yeah.
So there's, like I said, there's just different techniques, but yes, they all have different things going on.
Cool.
But ideally, we want them to be successful in life.
Yeah.
We want them to be employable one day. We want them to be dateable one day, right? So personal note on myself, I'm visually impaired.
Okay.
But I work for the state. I got my master's degree. I'm married with children.
Wow.
And so
This is inspirational, guys.
yeah.
That you can still be a successful career person. You can still be a businessman, being blind as well. You can still be a part of a normal society. Don't think that if you got blindness or visual impairment or something, then the life is finished or nothing can happen or something. And I know this is depressing, but again, you can't have everything ideal in your life. Now the last question is, all the equipment or technology is kind of expensive. How does it covered by the insurance, or do we have to give a lot of money from the pocket? Is there any loan program or something available for the families that they can afford?
So our program is based off of comparable benefits. So
Okay.
because we're a state program, we're the payee of last resort.
Okay.
But we can step in if those benefits aren't available, whether it's through insurance, Medicaid, community resources, charities, foundations. We try to utilize all of the resources that we can. And then if we can't go through them, then we will step in depending on the cost of the item.
Gotcha.
So it goes up to a certain amount, and then after that, something will have to be figured out.
For sure.
So, but outside of that, there's no loaner program. So if we buy something for someone, it's theirs.
Okay. Is there any easy payment that can be arranged as well if something has to be purchased and they cannot do it? Is there any bank credit or bank kind of loan?
Oh.
You get
I
a
understand.
car.
So ideally we don't want to put anybody in debt, right? We know that these equipment are very expensive, and so what happens is, if this child needs, let's say, a visual aid machine, let's say this child is visually impaired, at home wants to maybe work on their handwriting skills, or write down a recipe with mom, or whatever the case is. It is a very expensive piece of equipment.
Yeah.
Mom can't afford it. Insurance
Yeah.
is not going to pay for it.
Yeah.
Medicaid doesn't pay for it.
Yeah.
So guess what? At that point, there is foundations that we reach out to. If they're able to assist, that's great. If not, then we would purchase the item, and then we would do a direct skills training with the child.
Wow.
So a lot of our families are poverty stricken.
Yeah.
There also is a lot of families that are over our income limits.
Yes.
But we still provide services and goods to them.
Sorry. Yes. No problem. No problem. You're good. You're good. That's okay. It's a camera. I'm just recording. That's fine.
So we still provide services and goods to those families.
Okay.
And at that point, we assess the need for the child. We assess the funding, can the parents purchase or not? And then if I'm going to do a direct skills training, it doesn't matter the family's income at that point. It's me ensuring success in that child.
Gotcha.
And so we would do a hands-on direct skills training with the equipment to ensure that that child is successful in life. That's what the program is about.
Perfect. Let me just fix the frame, and then just last few questions. So, yeah. Oh, in fact, we are good. Okay. So, what level of the vision do you have for people who can resonate with you? That okay, I also have the same level of the vision that I can see. Do you see like fog light or something? How do you?
Oh, okay. So for me, I my right eye is completely gone. So I'm wearing a prosthetic on my right eye.
Okay.
And on my left eye, I have glaucoma. So my glaucoma is kind of like narrowing in. The vision that I do have is very foggy, and it's like a snowball effect. I have like thousands of floaters all around.
Okay.
So I see very minimal, but I live my life successfully, and I learn and I do a lot of things non-visually, and I teach and I do everything non-visually. So I have a lot of like non-visual techniques that we do training on with the kids, things of that nature. So I have a full face of makeup on right now that I did myself.
I wanted to ask you, for ladies who are, obviously every lady is crazy about the makeup. How did you do it so perfect? Who did it?
I did it.
Oh, wow.
I did it myself.
Wow.
Yeah, I did it myself. So it takes time and it takes practice, but it's not impossible. So even though you're blind, we do live in a society that is sighted.
For sure.
So we want to look
better.
Right. So we
So-
should not care what society thinks of us, but we should care on where we fit in society and how to be a productive person in society.
I'm glad. I mean, the level of the perfection that you have for the makeup, it looks like somebody else did it, or maybe so. But again, for me to process this information, how do you know exact line where to draw or something? Like, do you have any cues? Have you developed any techniques?
Yeah. So it's all non-visual techniques, right? So I use my eyeliner that will blend, mascara. There's non-visual techniques there. Lipstick, eyeliner, like all those are
Like how do you know this is enough?
Oh, so I count my swipes. I blend at the end. I make sure that I blend well. Again, it takes time.
It's bravo.
It takes time.
It's
Thank
amazing.
you,
It's amazing. And because a lot of people going through this phase maybe, and they might be worried that everybody is more aware about their looks and how they look like to other people.
Correct.
Most of the time when you have any disability, any kind, the first thing comes to you that I'm not looking great, I'm not in my perfect shape, because and I don't have anybody to keep telling me what to do next and how do you look like and all that. So I do have like a low confidence most of the time that, hey, yeah, maybe I have a funny face at the moment that people are seeing and I'm not noticing it. So how do you manage this type of thing? I mean, have you taken somebody's help to teach you first, and then you started doing the same?
Yes.
Okay,
So I
got
did
it.
hair and makeup training, non-visually techniques.
Okay.
There's also an app, that can help you like identify if you got enough makeup or not.
You guys on the next level.
Yes. So there's always an app for that.
Wow,
So
man.
just saying. So there's
This is amazing. Okay, so please do let me know the name of the app so I can mention it. Sorry, ma'am. There's a camera. Sorry. Yeah. And and the other thing is, when do you think you're gonna need the guiding dog?
So I've already had a guide dog in the past.
Okay.
I've had her. She passed away.
Oh, I'm sorry.
But no. But it happens, right, to the best of us. So it's totally normal. You have to have a guide dog only when you're fully independent on your own with the cane. So I did have a guide. She passed away. I have not gotten another one. But the guides are good. There's pros and cons to everything.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
But no, I've been there and done that. This is where I'm at right now.
You're doing so much better than other people. Thank you so much once again for your time, guys. I cannot thank you enough. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you
I
so
appreciate
much.
it.
Take care of
Thank you.
yourself.
Thank you.
Hi guys, this is Samir Khan with you. I'm here with the amazing parents of Moaz Khan, and we are here obviously representing visionwithoutbarriers.org. So, a couple of questions when it comes to a blind child. How do you manage the stress? And then our community also has a lot of practices where you're reminded that you have a child with blindness or any kind of disability. How do you manage this pressure?
Okay, as far as I'm concerned, the best is when I see his achievements, that brings my stresses down. When I'm looking in his martial art, like 3 Dan black belt, and then in his educational career, and then he becomes very confident and very successful in his daily living, we feel very confident.
Definitely.
My stress is good down.
In fact, he might be more successful than the kids you have with vision.
Absolutely. Yeah.
I'm
that's
kidding,
true.
but again, it happens sometime. Anyhow, let's introduce them formally as well. You're Vice President of Vision Without Barriers too, and the mother is also doing a great job. So please introduce yourself, and then you two.
Okay, I am the Vice President of Vision Without Barriers, and my main role is to assist the President Moaz Khan, and his goal is empowerment to the mobility
Definitely.
and with the success of getting the
Facilitate
jobs.
people.
So that is my main goal, is to help Moaz achieving his
Definitely.
ultimate goal.
Definitely. So his name is Colonel Hamid, and your name, lady?
Noreen.
Noreen Khan. Noreen Hamid. So what do you do, mother? Other
I'm a
than
school teacher.
wow. Okay.
And first of all, I would like to thank my Allah. You know, ये Huzur Pak की एक हदीस है. Allah has chosen few people where He wants to get some noble cause. So why we came to America? We came here for the noble cause of our son rehabilitations, and we both are, with the grace of God, we are very proud parents because Allah has chosen us for this noble
Definitely.
deeds. So
Definitely.
we are doing it.
Definitely.
So I'm really very happy about my child, my son. It's all Allah blessings and my husband's all efforts, my
For sure.
brothers, sisters.
Yes.
Because when you have a good intentions towards some goal, you will achieve it. And above all, I'm an educated lady. I got my higher education from Punjab University, Lahore. And when I came to America, my last 20 years I have spent in acquiring more education about special students.
Wow.
I came here and I'm a Texas certified special ed mother
That's
and
good.
student.
That's amazing.
And the main thing is, I'm an advocate of special ed students, and our motto of Vision Without Barrier, how to make them independence learners,
Another-
inclusive community,
Definitely, it's a great point. It's a family effort.
family. effort.
You cannot leave. Most of the time, we have a concept. You have a special child. Leave it to the agency. Leave it to the some kind of services, and they will fix it. No, it's
And
not going to work.
I would like to say one thing about the parents. Parents plays a great role
For sure.
in acquirement of this kind of goals, because if you are educated parents, you will go to the offices, you will learn the different techniques, strategy, and behavior.
So you recommend when you have a special child, it's not just a child who gets a training. The parents also should go for the
Parents.
training as well.
And I have seen this thing in America. I taught the students this. My name is Noreen Khan. I asked them how to make a K. They are in PPCD program. I was 5 years. I spent with those students. When they see me, they say, K.
Oh,
Khan.
oh.
This is how they learn.
Oh yeah,
it.
okay. So they have a anchor,
Anchor.
the mind
And
anchors.
the
Okay.
parents should play a great role here. When I went to Lahore College, no, Government College University, there I did a seminar with the parents of blind students.
Yes, because they are more stressful.
More stressful.
They have more pressure from the society.
Yeah.
They have always constant people reminding them
Yeah.
that you have a child
You
who's
have a child.
he cannot do this and that and anything. Now, another surprising thing that I'm seeing at the moment is that you guys are actually supporting his cause, his NGO. You're giving your time to it. Most of the time, our parents just say, you know what, you do whatever you want to do. We don't have time for your activities. How do you manage his activities to be involved with you, and then still you manage your life as well?
If you ask me, I mean, our both point of view is the same, but primarily his job or his mission is primary. We give it a full priority, and it's a number one. We pull out the time from any other activity, and we grant him the best of the time. So that probably is our main aim, as she said, that we have been assigned not by him, by Allah.
By Allah, for definitely.
And,
So, yeah, you're
so
chosen by
that
him. So
takes priority.
yeah, yeah.
over
Um,
anything.
Now, another thing, when I heard that you guys live in Houston and he lives alone in Austin,
Austin.
I was like, how did you let him go? I would be sleepless many nights.
Yeah, oh my
It
God.
was-
You
it
know,
was-
when we first dropped Moaz over there, we were just counting our steps.
Yeah,
1, 2,
yeah.
3, 4, turn right, then take 3 steps, then turn left. This man is a great father. Yeah.
Definitely.
So he did very, I mean, work hard in order to make him an independent learner. Of course, it's Allah and then the parents.
Definitely.
These are the two key principles of disabled
I mean,
students.
like a normal person would think, if I leave my son alone, he might get burned. He might not be seen, attended by the people the way I would do it. I mean, we have this extra care habit, you
Yes, I remember. I would like to tell you one incident when Moaz was cycling there in Austin. I was running with him. Okay, Moaz, don't get scared. Go straight. If somebody will hit you, will hit your mother. You know, and this is my message for the mothers: be brave.
know? Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
and work with your students. Now, Moaz and me, we both walk at night. He's my teacher, he's my son, he's my friend. He said, no mom, why did you touch my things? For
Yeah.
some students, if these things are there, you know, I just want to clean and
Yeah, I
move
know.
it.
Yeah,
And
for sure.
For sure.
We do the
And-
same. Yeah.
And we have that kind of little bit, bitterness. I said,
Yes.
okay, I'm
Primarily,
alone.
it is the confidence
Confidence
of
and
the parents, which is reflected into
Reflects
the
the students,
special child.
And this is inspiration, guys, because most of the time our parents make us low confident, not because of what they wanted, but indirectly they've been protecting us so much and not letting us go or grow that we don't do nothing, by the way, without them. So we become independent of them or human being, which is not enough. No human can be enough for another human. This is what I said to the audience. We have dogs who are actually spending time with the blinds because we don't have human who can spend this much time. Unfortunately,
That's right.
a dog has this much skills
Time.
available than humans. It's unfortunate, but it is what it is.
But the parents, they don't spend this much time.
No.
They just put their student in the school.
Yes.
No, you know what I did? I learned all the special education from here. It's a first grade to high school, and I'm so much close. You know, at the same time, I'm a teacher as well as a mother too.
Yes.
I observed it, and then that's why he's here with the grace of Almighty. But you know, again, my message is for the parents. Try to understand, try to find the needs of a student, use the different ways how to interact and make them an independent learner.
And was one thing I will reinforce her wording that when he was growing, and all my other 3 children, they would go and play any other game. So as a parent, she's given me the idea that he can go to play as a martial arts.
Martial arts.
So we put him into the martial art classes right at the age of
Academy. He most recently completed executive training in nonprofit leadership at John F. Kennedy School of Government and Private.
She's in front of me.
Daryan is to your left, about at your 10 o'clock.
I should have that. And
Hey, Moaz.
hey,
Slide past you.
sure. All right, got it. All right, bro.
Hey, good.
I'm good.
All right.
All right. That sounds like a great entrance. Well, first of all, I want to welcome everyone here. In a minute, we're going to watch about a 6-minute long video. And before we review that, let me provide a little bit of a description part of it which has some music on it. So when the video starts, there's a music playing. And in that music, what you can see on that would be my guide dog, Eddie. It's a black Labrador retriever. And he's going to be guiding me on a suburban neighborhood, as we know we're in Houston. And he's walking me through a cemented sidewalk that leads to my parents' front door. And then as I walk in, I take his harness off, sitting next to me, giving him some commands. And after that, you'll see the presentation. So let's watch the video. Turn around. Turn around. There you go. My name is Moaz Khan. I am president for Vision Without Barriers. I'm a graduate of the University of Texas at Austin. I got a bachelor's in applied learning and development with youth and community studies. And I also have a graduate degree in public administration. I have a master's in public administration, specifically in public policy. And recently, I've been working in executive work with Harvard JFK School regarding nonprofit leadership. I wasn't always blind. I was visually impaired, and I had quite a lot of functional vision. Some say 10%, 15%, but most of that vision was functional. So I could run bike, walk around, talk, see TV, all those things, just with some accommodation. But it just recent past in 2019, I was out on a run in Austin, and I just stopped seeing. And I thought maybe at first it was a phantom. Maybe I'm just seeing things, maybe I'm tired. But no, for some reason, I just stopped seeing. So at this point, I have no sight, what they call light perception. In that, such a drastic change and such a big difference, things changed. So when I went blind, I also decided that, look, you got two options. Either you can sit down and stop doing what you do, stop living, or make the most of everything. And sure enough, I got this new vision, this new reason and mission to see how we can make a difference. So during this time in 2019, we were lucky enough to develop and create a nonprofit organization, which is Vision Without Barriers. I am currently the president, founder for the organization. And the thing about the organization is, I think we're unique. It's not about giving people resources, things. It's about approaching any given issue, hurdle, a solution which makes it solvable, achievable, doable. It doesn't have to be a perfect solution. It just has to be the right solution. It is a unique, non-traditional way of solving a problem, removing barriers, shattering down barriers to help people become independent. When I went blind, I had this thought to myself. I was like starving for this feeling. How do I come back to where I was? That wasn't possible. But what was possible was something better than that. I was not always able to read complete books. I used magnifying glasses or large print books, etc. Now, with the help of AI, technology, I can go through multiple books in a day. Or read it to me. It reads me 100 plus words a minute.
Unread. Teresa via messenger. Teresa Smith. Unread. Program on negotiation. The Sunday Minute with Kesley Home from the program on negotiation.
It reads much faster, much quicker, it's much more available. It allowed me a different way of looking at life. It's almost become, I went blind to become sighted. It's a great piece. Along with that, while I was going through that, I was also blessed by finding resources such as my trusty guide dog. It's a seeing eye dog. It makes my mobility uh, possible. Uh, I feel like I am now performing at a much higher level as a blind person. I helping steering this organization here. Along with this, I also maintain my job as a manager, as a full-time job. And I do this, and I also I'm a founder and managing partner for Falcon Mediation Services. It's a mediation firm that provides alternate dispute resolution for high conflict situations. I think it's a great. I've had a great journey in the last 3 years. I think I have these 3 past years from going from blind to sighted. It's a conceptual element that allowed me to fulfill my life very well. So this is my life. I'm a manager, a mentor, a president, a friend, an educator, a guide dog teammate. I think it's a great journey, and I'm looking forward. And I want to know who else can resonate with me in my journey and join me in this. All right, guys. So thank you for viewing my commercial. So thank you. Well, this is an inclusive room. So let me describe the handsome man that's sitting in front of you. Just kidding. So I'm about 5'11". I shave my head. 185 pounds. I'm wearing a charcoal brown suit, sky blue shirt, a blue tie, and a brown wingtip shoes. And next to me is my trusty guide dog, Eddie, who just informed me earlier that he ran into some of his peers from Guiding Eyes earlier. So I don't know which one are those, but certainly he wanted to say hi. So we'll let him some time to visit a little bit later today. But he's my angel of pause with pause that helped me come out here. So I wanted to welcome everyone here. So here's how I thought about this. When I was asked for this privileged opportunity to speak at the event, I thought, I could share some stories about people's hurdles, but you know what? We all know about it. We have seen them. So why not reflect on some lessons of those leaders who have seen some tough times before us, and then we can tie them together to our mission today, the knowledge empowerment in you. So here's how it goes. Education is a passport to the future. Education is a passport to the future. And future is reserved for those who prepare for it today. Right? Lincoln has words like, devote your life to make the difference in the life of others. Gerald Ford had something like, when you think you have exhausted all your resources, you've done everything you could do, you have just hit 15% of it. 15%, people. Early in the video, I said I had 10% functional vision, and I thought I was doing all these things. Functional 15%, it's a perspective. It's how you want to look at it. So that's the part of it. We have to see where we are. Mother Teresa had, lessons like, yesterday has passed. Tomorrow is yet to come. All we have is today to make the impact. So let's look, steer through the idea of knowledge, empowerment in you. Amazing theme, right? What is knowledge? Knowledge is any skill, content, experience that you gain at an educational institution like this one, where we are, from your friends, community partners, from technical institutions, the knowledge, the content that you gain. Now, empowerment piece of it is not that simple. It's the movement, the delegation. Movement, moving yourself, empowering those around you. And you, I'm talking about each one of you. You are the key, the driving force. You're the king, the queen of your kingdom. Now we must measure the impact what we do. So, did you know that there are 8 billion people in the world? Now, don't fact check me here, guys. I use World Health Organization database. So, So we'll just use it for the purpose of impact, right? So 8 billion people. Out of that, what they identified is about give and take 286 million of them are considered blind, visually impaired. Okay. Out of that, they identified 39 million have complete blindness, and about 46 million have visually impaired. Together, that 286 million is about 3.5% of world's population. You may think that the 3.5% is a small percentage, but it's a huge number. That's a large number when it comes to making an impact. I always say 1 and 1 doesn't have to be looked at as 2. 1 and 1 is also 11. Quantify that. Unity, we're working together on it. When I was there, I wanted to make sure that I don't look like a fine-tuned bureaucrat, public administrator standing here and talking at you. I want to take 3 lessons from here with you when we walk away from here, and I'll try to see if I can coincide that with our knowledge, empowerment, and you piece of it. So here it goes. 1, I want you to pat yourself on the back. You made it here, right? You're the most valuable person. And I'm gonna talk about, like, those of us that are visually impaired, blind. We have great resources, AI, other technology, reading 200, 400, 600 words a minute, very fast reading through stuff, right? We made it here. Through whatever means we made it here. So pat yourself on the back. You made it. I'm hearing impaired. Sometimes I can hear better than those that can, have normal hearing. But guess what? Technology, right? So I celebrate myself, as you should celebrate yourself. That's 1. Number 2, know what you want. Know what you want. What's your goal? You will be frustrated. But you know what? Frustration is not that bad of a thing. A good friend of mine is a therapist. She always says, your feelings are real. Don't dismiss them. But find out why you have them. Why do you have those feelings? What are you going to do with them? Okay? So find out, what do you want? What's your goal? Quantify that. That's number 2. Number 3, who can get you there? That's an important piece of it. Who can get you there? Nobody does anything alone. Okay? So first, celebrate yourself. 2, know what you want. Number 3, who can get you there? That's the part about that together. It's a whole package deal. And you have it. Here at HAVIN, with your partners, coming out here, whoever walks you up here, I was walked here up even to the stage with my guide dog, with a sighted guide, your friends, family, your spouses, siblings, your support partners that made you up here. Even the grassroots, faith-based ideals coincide with that. The book of Proverbs 27:17 talks about, just like iron sharpens iron, one man can sharpen another. There are multiple perspectives of this, but the perspective that I want you to think about is unity. You work together. I mean, Quran, Islam has unity is strength. Believers are nothing other than brothers and sisters. Work together. Find out who are you around. You're not there alone, right? So you gotta think about the whole thing, not one. Together, part of it. Earlier, I was listening to LeBron James' words, and he was talking to a good group of friends, and he goes, I asked them, hey, I'm having a party. Y'all want to come over? And they said something along the lines of, I'll try. He said, what the hell does that mean? I'll try. That's a nice way of saying I may or may not, I won't make it. So don't do that, right? Like, either you are or you are not. Do not operate in the way. Know what you want. Commitment. Make that commitment. Remember earlier I started out by saying education is the passport to the future. Oh, guess what? Each and every one of you is the ambassador with that passport to move forward. Let me tell you, it is a better plan as a visually impaired, blind, as even an individual, to run forward and run into something and fall forward than fall backwards. Falling backward will give you nothing but fear. Not the way to go. move forward, pay forward, work together, move forward. That's how you want to look at it. The other part of that, we have to think about what is it that we are here for? We're here for helping each other, empowering each other. When we walk away from here, I want you to look to your left and to your right, shake hands, find out who they are, connect with them. Who are they? Who are you? You know what? I say this, and I'll tell you this. I'm the best, but so are you. I'm not the best because I am who I am, but I'm the best because I know you. I'm here, standing here, because of you. And you're best because I'm here. So together, we make this happen. You know, as my time comes to a end here, I wanted to share. I love this financial institution commercial. You all have heard of Wells Fargo Bank, right? They have this wonderful old commercial. They have this 8 horses. It has this vintage buggy with big 4 tires. Those guys are he's running down like, and on top it says, "Together we'll go farther." And you know, I always think about this. Together we'll go farther. Hey man, can we put 8 horses behind it too? Or maybe 2, 1 on each side? They'll empower the 8 in front. You know, you have to think outside. See, change the concept of extreme transformation. It doesn't happen alone. Don't look at everything as a hammer and a nail. That'll give you a short-term success. Work together as a team, okay? So I want us to repeat with me. We're gonna say this together. Let's see if we can do this, okay? Hashtag no limits. Let's see if we can repeat that. Hashtag no limits. Hashtag shattering down barriers. Hashtag together we'll make a difference.
Hashtag together we'll make a difference.
For those that are coming behind us. Ladies and gentlemen, it is a pleasure to be here. Don't forget to check out the expo. I heard there are 27, 28 exhibits. Please connect with them. Don't forget to stop by Vision of the Bears booth as well and connect with all the resources that are out there. Once again, thank you very much. It's a pleasure to know each and every one of you. Thank you. So, come up here. And let me have you do the microphone.
Yes, sir.
Thank you, sir.
And Moaz.
I see them bloom for me and you, and I think to myself, what a wonderful world. I see skies of blue and clouds of white, the bright blessed day, the Lord's sacred night, and I think to myself, what a wonderful
Hey Moaz, Assalamu alaikum. How you doing? Samir, how you doing? Pleasure.
in the sky are also on the faces of people going by. I see friends shaking hands, saying, "How do you do?" They're really saying, "I love you." I hear babies cry, Pianist's name is. And the rockets red flare they proved through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the Thank you very much. As we say in church, you may be seated. I'm the director of this fine group of singers behind me. We're the Lighthouse Choir, which, by the way, shameless plug.
Good morning, everybody. How is everybody doing? All right. Probably recognize that music. That is many people, when they think of artificial intelligence, they think of Hal Beasley, Hal from what 2001: Space Odyssey and the Terminator. But what is artificial intelligence? AI to your friends, okay? AI involves using computers to do things that traditionally require human intelligence. But what is it and why are we so excited about it? Artificial intelligence is the science of making machines like you.
What happened?
Okay. Hi guys, this is Samir Khan with you, and I have my best friend, Mr. Moaz Khan. Okay, this is a warrior, what we have at the moment. He's doing remarkable and amazing stuff that normal people can't even do. I can't read or hear or process 100 words or 200 words a minute. I can't. If you listen to the recording, the way it goes, is their mind which can process this much. And this guy is a genius anyway. So if anybody wants any kind of inspiration or how this is done, this is the guy. I'll share his detail anyway. So tell me, how did it start in first place? Were you born with it, or have you had the gradual loss of vision or something?
So I was always visually impaired.
Oh.
I was born with them. I had very limited vision.
Okay.
And then gradually I went on.
And one thing you said, sorry, one a beautiful thing, probably you said it, that there's a difference between the blind and visually impaired, because a lot of people come, join the two together, and it's not. But what is the difference for a visually impaired person versus the blind? For us, they both are blind, right?
Right. So you can say somebody is legally blind
Yeah.
at a certain point.
Yeah.
And they may have a vision, some vision to
Okay.
do something. But
Okay.
a blind, somebody who's completely blind, like I said, light perception, they see light, or some don't even have light perception.
Yeah.
So they're completely blind. No, nothing. That is blind. Visually impaired is someone who has partial vision, some vision. They may see shadows, they may see some objects.
Okay.
So that's a distinction. Legally blind is a legal side of it, but is considered minimum standards of blindness.
But then,
Completely blind and visually impaired.
Yeah. So, from the people with the eyes, thank God people have eyes, including my. I'm thankful to God a lot. And the other question comes to is, for us, the brain process for us is whether you see a light or you see anything else, you don't see. For us, a person who cannot see anything clear is blind. I know there is a classification that you see the light, but the light does not translate into anything.
It doesn't. It's all about what level of information is coming in, right? If you have information, it's like garbage in, garbage out kind of thing.
Yeah,
right?
yeah, yeah.
It's literally like an AI, right? If that information comes out into chat GPT and doesn't produce anything out,
Oh yeah.
it's mean nothing. When the light comes into the eye, if it doesn't mean anything,
Yeah, yeah, it's useless.
not much
It's just
there.
a light.
It's like some people say, to the dream. Yeah, they dream.
Oh,
They do all of those things. And the question somebody asked me, do blind people dream blindly? And the answer is no.
no,
Because
you
it's
do
like-
have visions, right?
Yes, in that you have the imagination.
Yeah.
You know, I think it's Einstein who said a person who has no imagination has nothing. Blind people have the best imagination.
Wow.
And
Yeah, for sure.
Most broadest.
Because they can imagine anything. Which,
Right.
we people have limitations because we see there is the end of the tunnel, there is a wall. But the blind person, he does not see anything, so he can just imagine. But again, from the perspective point of view, just to understand, when you dream about like a car or a house, do you even know how the real houses looks like, or to some level?
So what you do is, okay, so remember I talked about perspective,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Example, if I want to make you look like Tom Cruise,
Yeah.
I can.
Oh, okay.
That sounds crazy. Same thing goes for a house. Everybody knows grass is green.
Yeah.
Everybody knows houses look like a hut. Now you could live in California and have a flat roof, but it's construct that you create.
Yeah.
I mean, that's how you figure it.
Cool. Now, sorry.
Lunchtime is approaching at 12 noon. All exhibitors will be delivered their lunch. So please, exhibitors, stay here. Your lunch will be brought to you. It will include 2 lunches. Attendees that are in here need to go to the lunchroom to get their lunches, and that is upstairs. You will be directed accordingly once you get to the stairs or the elevator. But if you have a wristband, well, you must have a wristband to get lunch. So everybody that wants a lunch must go upstairs with their wristband on. Again, exhibitors stay here.
Oh, yeah.
Lunches will be brought. Okay?
They've done a great job
Thank
to
you.
manage the whole. Sorry, we were just waiting for the announcement to finish. So, yeah, but again, I'm seeing a lot of people. You know, we have people with the vision have this kind of perception that every blind will come with weird glasses and he'll be sticking his stick everywhere and this and that.
And hitting people.
Yeah, hitting people, and he's like a grumpy man. He's always angry, and you can't even talk to him about any knowledge or technology or anything because he's way behind everything. But here, I'm seeing the blind people are using next level technology. AI is with you guys from very long time, which even came to us very late. So it's amazing to see nobody's wearing the glasses. Everybody is so confidently walking as if they know what is in front of them.
Yeah, they have their own, I like to say, they dance to their own tune in the chaos.
It's amazing.
And they know, like a cane is an object detection, right? Object identification that they're blind, so object detection, and protection, right? Those are 3 things cane does. People with guide dogs, they know exactly what direction they're walking toward the door. They're not just touching people. You don't see anybody doing that here.
Yeah.
They have their own method to their madness.
Gotcha.
And so that is the more important part that anybody has to understand is that the perception, the stereotypical part of it, that time has changed. We have transformed to the next level.
Yeah, for sure. So there are a couple of questions people ask most of the time. How do you guys do the shopping? Because you don't even know the difference between light green and the dark green or different things. I mean,
let me tell you, like earlier we heard from AS experts, we actually get more information than an average person has.
For sure.
If you ever shop online through Amazon Fresh or through online, the JAWS or in voiceover in that will actually tell you collard greens, cilantro, This gray,
Wow.
this 10 ounces, 12 ounces, organic, non-organic, $4.99. Add 1 to cart. So it tells you all of that. Okay. So all of those with the time, different vendors have been, not all of them are accessible. Along with that, let's just say if you don't like online, some people hate technology.
Yeah.
You can just walk into HEB or Safeway, and you can talk to them and say, hey, I need a personal shopper.
Okay.
They will walk with you, pick everything, scan it for you, with you, and walk you.
Wow.
And they actually know everything.
Oh yeah. Okay.
I mean, I wish everybody understood. There's some privileges that come with it.
Yeah.
So they live more independent life than sighted people. We take a lot for granted.
Yes.
For
Yes.
blind people, it's not about granted. It's about doing it, and I have to make it happen. How do you make it? So you're more disciplined
Yes.
in doing it. And the way businesses are written and done, there's a business on a discipline.
Yeah.
That fits more equitable for people that are blind.
Now,
That's how that.
This brings another point where blind people, most of the time, they don't speak out what they need, but the service is available. Just like you mentioned in HEB, guys, you don't have to be relying on somebody to come and then bring you something. If you want to do the shopping yourself, feel free to go to HEB and ask them. And I'm sure it's the same with Walmart and wherever you go. I mean, let's say we are all crazy about the Starbucks, and you want to grab a coffee every morning with the Starbucks. I know it's gonna be chaotic. Morning times are like busiest time. How do you guys do this?
I'll tell you how I do it. I actually live in Austin, Texas, and there's one on 45th Avenue, a coffee shop. I have a guide dog. I walk up, I tell my dog to the counter. I'll take me to the counter.
Okay.
When I get to the counter, if the person there identifies me as a blind, great. If they don't, most blind people are taught to be assertive.
Okay.
You have to speak, no matter, even if they've known you, still say, I'm blind, I need to get coffee, but I can't read the menu. Could you please read me what you have?
Oh, okay.
How big is it? Can I hold a cup? What does venti looks like?
Yeah.
What does grande looks like? Okay. Is it going to be hot? Well, you have to ask all those questions. And one thing that you do have to swallow is your pride and ego. You can't think about the person behind me is being grumpy.
That's
Let him be grumpy.
yeah. This is one of the things, because like a lot of people have like a long line, and you're thinking, man, just go push over, and everybody pushing, and I gotta go quick, and I'm getting late from the office.
And you know what? This is the part I'm going to say. Goodness is more prevalent than we give it goodness credit.
For sure.
People have a lot of goodness. The moment they realize that you need extra help, they jump out of the way to help.
Yeah, for sure.
But you have to tell them what it is. And that's the kind of, so they will tell you, I'll tell you when they come to your order is ready, they'll tell you, move to the left, they'll pick up your drink, and they'll say, so-and-so, your drink is ready. And I'm like, and you have to say, how far is it? I'm going to move my hand up. I don't want to knock it over.
Yeah.
So you put it down, and they know to touch your hand.
No, I'm sorry, sir. I don't.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No, that's okay. That's fine. That's okay.
What was that?
No. He was asking for Sarah. Is another blind person. He was asking. So yeah, that's okay, guys. I know in this episode that I'm doing at the moment, it's because of him. He invited me here. Thank you so much for making me part of the beautiful project. And but obviously we're gonna have a lot of interruptions because, of course, these guys cannot see, and we have to be patient. And this brings another point. The people with the vision are very impatient people. What do you say about that?
That the visually impaired blind people are impatient?
Yeah.
So
compared to the blind person, a blind person is much more calmer than the person with the vision. Most of the time they're like raging and
I'll say I'm an American. And we are used to instant gratification.
Yeah.
Push button.
Yeah. Everything.
I want it now.
Yeah.
The thing is, for blind people, you're used to waiting for a ride share, transit, Uber is gonna not take me because I have a dog, or didn't see me, so I couldn't left. You're used to that kind of a thing. It's just season, right? It's not, they say, practice what you preach, but I believe in the fact you practice what you can tolerate.
Yes.
What are you willing to tolerate?
Yes.
How much frustration are you willing to tolerate? And you get good at it. Earlier I spoke about being fluid.
Yes.
You cannot look at everything like a hammer and a nail. That creates impatience, and I'd like to say all worries are cause.
Yeah,
to
for
all
sure,
worries.
for sure.
So they are more patient than because they're used to like
Now,
season.
So what kind of trainings one should take in order to be more groomed and get into the better shape and live this life?
So you have to think from faith. I said earlier about you have to know what you want, right? There are a lot of institutes around, like Hadley Center out there, Frisco in Austin, even here, Houston area. There's National Federation for the Blind, American Foundation for the Blind. Foundation Fighting Blindness, Vision Without Barriers.
Yeah.
All basically providing Lighthouse for the Blind next to us. There's all these different levels of training, from adaptive sports all the way to job training, from clipping your fingernails to your nose here.
Wow.
They are training for all that. How do you pick your clothes, the color of your clothes?
And how do you set up your closet?
Yeah,
I'm sure it's going to be different for you guys, right?
So yeah, they have put little tags on them. There's also talking labels.
Wow.
You can use those. Your kitchen is also everything. The money in the wallet, the way it's folded. But each one of those things is definitely all organized. Like I said, they have their own method to their madness.
Wow.
And so for that, there's training available, but they're basically a highly trained person. And I always say this, a blind, impaired, or individual with special need or disability or differently able person is a much better employee and a leader than a sighted one, because he doesn't take anything for granted.
Yeah.
And he has to work, unfortunately, 200 times
to compete.
Get a check. Yeah. It's the opportunity cost.
Yes.
For
yes.
a blind impaired, the opportunity cost is much grimmer. You have to work twice as hard to get that opportunity.
For sure. So this leads to another point. Can a blind person also have a better career and can be a better businessman, or shall we just leave everything just because I'm blind now, man, and my time is just to die? Well, because it happens.
I mean, it is. And that's the part about the empowerment piece. You really have to think from a standpoint of, again, what do you want? There's a lot of extremely successful entrepreneurs that are competing. One comes to mind, his name was Terry Murphy. He used to be the commissioner for Texas Commission. And it's just like that. I am also working for a government agency in the executive position where, people have it. But there's also businessmen that make a lot of money in leadership. There's a BED, Business Enterprise of Texas program. These guys have like 50, 80 vending machines and 6 cafeterias. And they manage all of that. They've done it. They're successful business. But the question is, did they just got there? The answer is no. It's a step-by-step process. It's a journey.
You have to be patient.
Yeah, right. And you have to know the right resource.
Yes.
It's nobody does anything alone. You have to know who connects who where. God didn't want you to just do everything single-handedly. Otherwise, nobody would be around you.
Yeah, for sure.
So that's the kind of a thing you think about is there's hope. You just have to find it.
And no, thank you so much. Hope is everything that leads the whole humanity, by the way. Otherwise, we might not do anything.
Nice.
Now, we should obviously here for a greater mission. Let's talk about Vision Without Barriers. What do you guys offer? What is your service area like geographic? Are you only in the US? You're outside US as well? Or are you online? How do you do that?
So we were founded in 2019. And our mission, vision and mission. Our vision is empowerment to independence, and you can see the sign that is. Our mission is to help or assist or support those who are substantially impaired to gain independence. Okay. Now, independence is not, let me have your computer. That's not independence, people. It's what is it that is coming between you and earning, living for yourself. What is it? Now, we don't provide services if you are somebody else is already doing. We don't like to replicate. That's what it's
for sure.
We look at a non-traditional approach. We don't tell you to go fill up go ask so and so. We look at if you've already done so. What is the 5th dimension of looking at it? That's what we do. And we've done very well, about 30 cases per year kind of thing worldwide. Our outreach is, we've done work in Pakistan. We've done one in Saudi Arabia. They're just embarked one in Africa. We assisted people in US, in Texas. They've had like in Texas, we have just city-wise, it's huge state.
Yeah.
We work in Houston, Austin, Church, San Antonio, El Paso, McAllen. Then we've also worked in New York and Michigan.
Wow.
And we work with Catholic Charities with some refugees in Michigan. So we go where our mission takes us. We don't are like our name of our organization, vision without barriers.
Yeah.
We do not allow geographical or any other limits to restrain me from making a difference. I like this. I think it's a Carnegie who said, "Own nothing and control everything." I look at empowerment as well. Control the circumstance to make the difference. Try to see how you can make that impact.
Gotcha.
So I don't want the ownership. I
Yeah,
don't want the name.
yeah.
But I want to make sure that I'm paying forward for that. That's what we are all about. That, and most of our, people that work for us on our team are all volunteers. But then, of course, we have project costs and all that. Those people deliver for sure, and they do that. And we're very lucky that since 2019 we have made a decent amount of headway. And I was recently told by a leader at one of the regions that we made what they call a disruptive change.
Wow.
And so disruptive change, I didn't think we did, but they came back.
For sure.
So I'm very, very
That's
happy
an achievement.
Yeah.
To hear from
Right.
people from the very top.
Right, and feedback is all we
is
need
important.
is the feedback and
Yeah.
pay forward.
Yeah.
That's what we do. So that's what Vision of Barriers does. I'm here with my executive team. I have my interns and my advisors are with me, and it's been a really, really good experience.
Definitely. And just to recap quickly, do you just provide the counseling or resources in the name of trainings, or do you also provide equipments, or
so
what is it that you deliver
So
on
like
the ground
example,
level?
so anything like from Canes, example, we went to a region and we manufactured canes on international standards.
Okay.
We had people that were having metal bars with wires wrapped around them. That's what they had. They had
Oh
steel
my God.
canes, they were so heavy.
This is terrible.
The young girls couldn't take it.
And even and it can hurt them.
Yes. And so we got the canes below market cost for them so they can be affordable for them, right? We worked on that, getting cane sticks, getting them computers, fighting with different entities to get MOUs done, so they get adaptive software for your cost. Okay, it's not just that we're giving counseling. What we provide, it's not even about counseling. It's more so than anything else. What we've been doing is connecting who can provide the right help to who.
Gotcha.
And that's what we do. And so it's about finding that right solution.
And a couple of questions usually come over that if you're blind, isn't it easy to steal something from you, or you pick up your phone, because you're not gonna know until it's gone? How do you mitigate this situation?
I'm a 30-degree black belt. You want to take no chances? One of my
not with you.
Yeah, one of our clients, he is a world champion in jiu-jitsu.
Wow!
In Alabama last year, he beat a guy from Afghanistan. Blind. He's blind.
Wow!
He beat that guy. Sighted.
And the guy was sighted guy? How this is possible? How would you? Oh man, this is Bruce Lee stuff, man.
Yeah. So you want to take the chances? Wow. The situational awareness. Wow. They are a lot more aware than you think.
Yes.
You want to take the chance with them? Wow. A lot of them are well trained in boxing, Muay Thai, and self-defense.
So guys, don't think that the guy cannot see. So you can even, I don't know, maybe you can see if people are making faces or something, but you do smell, or you do know when somebody's around you, or probably have a different sensory develop, which I don't have.
No, I won't make a joke. I mean, my staff sometimes tells me, we're rolling our eyes at you. Because you have to make a verbal. I'm not gonna see. So when you go red,
this is good, by the way,
or do some obscene gesture, unless you spell it out to expose yourself, I'm not gonna see it. Or neither any of the blind people around.
Definitely.
So make yourself
comfortable.
For sure,
yeah.
And don't see it.
No, and the other thing, because you had a life-threatening accident, so I wanted to mention this incident as well. People with the eyes have very bad vision, especially for the people who don't have eyes. I'm talking about the zebra crossing, where people driving, cruising by, and they don't stop. Can you just tell what exactly happened with you just because of this ignorance? I'm sorry, man, sorry. There's a camera here. Sorry, I'm sorry. That's fine. That's fine. You're good. No, that's okay. Yeah. What happened with you?
Basically, can't talk much about it right now because I'm still recovering. But basically, on my morning walk, I was walking the street and I got struck by a truck and broke.
It was 18-wheeler.
It was an 18-wheeler. Quite a few bones broke on my hand, and it's still in. I cannot use my guide dog, and I can't do some of those things.
But how come he did not see your stick, your cane, or your dog or something? I mean, the dog is so visible, right?
Yeah, right. This isn't seen, and I just don't know. So it's very important. This is one of our initiatives. I'll say this. We need to have more awareness about when you see somebody out with a guide dog, or maybe they may be across the street from you, or you're on the intersection. Pay attention.
Yeah.
That phone is not that important. That text can wait for 3 minutes or,
Yes.
Don't be in that hurry that I'm going to run that yellow.
Yeah.
Well, guess what? It may not have to be a blind person. It could be a child. It could be anybody.
For sure.
So, I'm very lucky that I survived, but it's a long journey of recovery.
Definitely,
It
guys.
has definitely impacted pretty critically for my confidence piece of it, but again, it's a work in process.
For sure.
And I don't know, it's going to be a while before I can come back to that same place, but I'm still actually healing from that.
I just told the audience that, guys, in here, if I have captured everything that I can, but in here I have ladies who are reading magazine with the braille and everything. She's talking, she's taking the call. Another lady, she's done a perfect makeup as if she could see. I'm amazed the way of perfection people have. You guys are like suited, like just like a normal person. This is all amazing. This is like up to the perfection which a normal visual person would do probably. So please don't lose hope. You can see them. These are the inspiration for you. Okay. If you want to talk to them, obviously I'm going to share the details, visionwithoutbarriers.org, and you can go www.visionwithoutbarriers.org or the email info@visionwithoutbarriers.org. I'm going to share Moaz special details too. He's the president and the founder of this NGO. This is a registered NGO. It has, and it also has, and he does a lot of donation drive in which he rides bikes, by the way, for the sake of the donation and everything. So I don't know if you have a video of any of those activities, but definitely if you do anything next time,
I'll share those. And right now we're working on this is the Women's Empowerment Month, and so we're trying to get 80 girls that need canes and computers. So we're working on right now. It's a great cause, and I'll share some information about it.
Guys, if you have any spare computers or anything, by the way, that can help another human, if it's in good condition, that can really last a little bit longer or something like that, please donate it to them. Contact details are available. Some people might say that I am in New York and I have something to give it to you. How would you do
You reach out to us and we'll make the arrangement to get it from.
Gotcha. Okay, that's fine. So you have a network in North America, probably.
Exactly. Wherever it is, just reach out to us and we'll connect with you and see how to get it.
Gotcha. That's fine.
Because it's all a collaborative effort to make it happen.
Now, last question comes to the mind most of the time. People say we have a veteran discount, we have this discount, that. Is there any blind people discount or something when you go online, or how does it work?
For what?
Purchasing online electronics, different retail.
There is a great resource. There's Computers for the Blind. They have discounted computers. There's, NFB gives a free cane a year, one cane in the US only. There are no such discounts specifically for blind, but there are different organizations that provide. As a matter of fact, it is very costly to buy canes, cane kits, computers, CCTVs. It's expensive. And there are no discounts for it.
Oh, you're saying about cane. For us, it's like just a normal stick. How much does it cost? What's the average cost?
About $30 to $100. So
Wow.
the cheapest you're going to see 30-ish, give and take. It depends on the quality as you want, right? For example, the one we did, got manufactured there. It's also the size, right? It's
Yeah.
on your height.
Yeah.
We just standardized it at $25, which is below market. So everybody can have it, but it depends the type you want. There's carbon fiber cans, there's aluminum cans, there like all these different plastic, there's bamboo, whichever you want, right? So, but yeah, between 30 and 100 are you looking at, and average person breaks about 2 to 3 minimum a year.
Okay. Or leave or forget or something happens or drops or
No, it breaks. Well, they will never forget. It just gets broken. Like the last
from the attachments. Yeah. So this is another thing, guys. If you have to donate something and you want it to be, let's say, innovative, you can probably purchase some cans and then donate it to these guys, or deliver it to the address. By the way,
or you can just scan on a website a QR code.
Yeah.
And say this is how many cans I want to donate.
Yeah.
I won't just specifically make sure that goes 100%.
Gotcha. That's fine. Thank you so much once again, Moaz. I won't take much of your time. You need to sit down as well. So, guys, this is the champion. A fighter, masters, certified, everything you can name off. I'm just an MBA, but this guy is a encyclopedia of information and knowledge. I'm so impressed by the way these guys are using technology. We don't have so many things available to us as visual at the moment, but for them, I'm so glad that labs are working, companies are working in order to, like, at least you guys are 5 to 10 years ahead of the normal people. We still are learning how to use the virtual glasses and stuff, like a stupid thingy, to be honest, like a video game or something. But you guys are using the cameras and different technology to do the normal job or normal stuff in your life, and this is amazing. So thank you once again, Moaz.
Thanks, man.
And we will definitely, I'll share Moaz detail online, guys. Thank you so much once again for watching the channel, and we will definitely cover some more news for you. Thank you so much. Take care. Pleasure, man. Thanks, man.
Hey, thanks for coming.
I'm going to show you how beautiful this thing works. It's a visual auditory system where the blind people can have audio feedback so they can understand what's going on.
And then you got a pocket. It does have the 5 on it. And then you've got a pocket. Like I said, when I get kids that 2, I don't remember the really young one. Right. Yes. So then now you can take them out and have got 5 things. The little pocket is in there. And now you get the type of representation because they can take them out and they can put it in your bucket. Shake it. And they put 5 in the bucket. And then there's 5 in here. So they've gone through all of this. Then if I just gave you yes, yeah, but having a lot of teaching sensory, the sensory regulation is your learning experience. The saddest thing that I watch is the curiosity. And like okay, now I got the ramp. So feel if you can get it to the top of the ramp. Okay, I just added a little level and let it go. And you don't even have to push it. You gave it a little push, but you just have to drop it. So you're teaching that kind of soft and hard, like reach out and the piano. Oh, this is where you're teaching like sensory regulation. Right. I don't actually do anything, right? And that would be slow. And then you double check. Sometimes they don't know what they do. There's a lot of people who teach everything other than
Hi there, audience. I have a wonderful lady. What's your name?
Liz Wise Carver.
Hi there, Liz. How you doing? I'm Samir Khan.
Good to meet you.
Good to meet you too. You okay, Mama? No problem. Yeah. Okay. So please introduce what are you representing here, and I'm so much interested in your Braille brochure. Wow.
Oh yes. So we do have print and Braille of most everything that we brought. It's the National Federation of the Blind of Texas. So we have programs and chapters here throughout the state, including the Houston chapter. So on the other side of the table, we have our contact information for Houston chapter.
Cool.
I actually work for the National Federation of the Blind of Texas, and I'm over our NFB Newsline program.
Wow.
That's a free news and information service that anyone in the United States that is legally blind or print disabled, you can register for free. Let me give you my phone number in case anyone would like to
Sure.
register. Yeah.
And what services will they get if they get registered with you?
Oh, sure. For news, for NFB Newsline, we have access to over 500 publications. So things in Texas like the Houston Chronicle, the Fort Worth Star Telegram, Texas Observer, and then of course all the other papers from other states. We have over 90 magazines in our collection right now.
So when you say the magazine for the blind, is it gonna be like a Braille magazine?
It is electronic,
Oh.
so you could have it into like if you have a Braille display, you could read it electronically in Braille that way.
Wow.
Otherwise, it very first started on the telephone, so you can still call in and you would use the number pad to select it. It's also there's the NFB Newsline mobile app for the iPhone and iPad. It's online. It's on Braille displays, as I mentioned. It's on Amazon Alexa. And it's even on talking book players like the one that the library service provides.
I'm glad. I'll definitely share your contact detail with my audience. A couple of questions people wanted to know. Most of the time we see blind people with the very traditional glasses and lifestyle. But in here, I'm seeing blind people just sitting like normal people. And this is amazing. And you guys doing a great job. I'm sorry, are you 100% blind or are you visually impaired?
I've got enough sight to get in trouble, but I definitely use like non-visual techniques like Braille as a cane.
Okay, gotcha. So like how much vision do you have? Like 10%, 5%?
I don't know, it's something ridiculous like 20 over 600 or something. It's pretty blurry.
Oh my God.
Not very, not so useful.
But you see the fog kind of light or something in your vision?
Sometimes, I mean, like I can tell that there are lights on.
Oh, okay.
You know, I can kind of tell where you're at, but not like detail.
Gotcha. Okay. And what do you recommend people who are going through this kind of phase? Because this is a lot of depressing. It's a life change. And you know, eventually, probably this will go away too.
Right. So I strongly encourage people to find other blind people to network with. I would encourage you to check out, the National Federation of the Blind and other groups, and to get good skills training. So I actually went through the Louisiana Center for the Blind. It's a center that the National Federation of the Blind is involved with and has their positive philosophy about blindness and having the high expectations. And that was extremely life-changing for me, because sometimes when you have some vision, people will say, oh, well, you're not blind, you don't have to use a cane, you don't have to use Braille. But what I really learned was that was limiting to me, because then if I was in a situation where I could not read the print, where I could not see because it was suddenly dark, I didn't have any other choice. So going through a center that has good non-visual skills training, that will give you choices and have you, help you live the life you want through learning those skills.
And just for the knowledge of the audience too, who are listening, maybe not seeing, do you have any kids or family? How do you manage your life every day? Just a little bit.
I work full time, so I do a good lot of travel around the state and sometimes out of the state for that. And I do that independently for the most part. And I am married. My husband is blind at heart. He is sighted, but we don't judge him for that. But and I don't have children. We have some free cats. So we have fur babies.
Do you have the guiding dog as well?
I do not, no.
So how do you manage? Without the dog, you're okay?
Oh yeah, I use my cane. I just travel where I need to go and ask for information if I need it and explore. So.
Were there any instances where you find yourself completely alone and you wish I had somebody to guide me? What am I seeing?
I mean, that happens occasionally. You just use the resources that you have. If I was very lost, I might use a phone, or I might seek out someone and just keep going the direction that I think it is and check.
And definitely, I just come across an amazing technology, Orcam.
Yeah.
It sees and it tells you, it reads out what it is seeing.
Right.
Of course, it's not going to be like the real-time feedback, but at least it's like maybe 10 seconds delay or something.
Right.
And it's better than having nothing. So it's amazing to see so much technology in place, and you guys have so much courage to be better than us even who can see. Sometimes we don't see things, we just run over.
I have seen sighted people do that.
Yeah, so.
And you know, it's just you move on with your life, and it's either swallow and do nothing or figure out how to do it. And you know, technology is wonderful, but you really need the skills to be able to use it, or if it fails.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah. Okay. So, what about when you guys have to do the driving or something? You use heavily Uber? A special vehicle available to you from the government or any transportation?
Well, I use Uber and Lyft, and I mean I take city buses some, and then there is paratransit, so I'll use that sometimes to get like into downtown in Houston and things like that. So primarily Uber and Lyft, I would say. For
Definitely.
Yeah.
Thank you so much once again for your time,
nice
Liz.
to meet you.
Nice to meet you too. So, guys, this is one of the amazing women, and again, you can be a normal human being. Just because you've lost a life, you don't have to be terrible or anything, to be honest. People who are going through this kind of mental change or life change, there is life, and you can see so much life on the floor at the moment. I'll also get you more people to give you more inspiration. Thank you so much once again for your time, Liz. Appreciate that, and thank you, sir. Thank you, Mama. Thank you.
My Eye, and it is a wearable AI-assisted reading device for people who are blind and low vision, but it also works for people who have other types of reading difficulties.
Gotcha.
So how it works is this device is a wearable, this little lipstick tube.
Okay. Wow.
Yes.
Wow.
And
this is amazing. It's detachable.
Yes, it's a magnetic, and it fits onto any pair of glasses, any glasses at all. If you already have a prescription with your eye doctor, you can just fit it on your glasses. If you want to wear designer shades, by all means, go for it.
For sure.
Fit it on there. I do not wear glasses because I'm totally blind, so these are prop glasses.
Yeah. Yes. Just to hold it on.
These are just for looks.
Yeah.
Yes.
Just to hold it on.
Exactly. But maybe I'll splurge and get some nice looking
prop
glasses. You never know.
No, for sure.
So the way this works, I'm going to demonstrate capturing text.
Sure.
So this is a flyer for Orcam.
Yep.
And I'm going to hold it up to my face.
Okay.
I'm going to pull it about 10 inches away, and I'm going to hold up my finger.
Mm-hmm.
And it's going to snap a picture.
Oh, so you can see virtually.
Yes.
Oh,
Listen.
I mean, like you can hear. It's got like instructions.
No. So what's going to happen is I'm going to point my finger.
Okay.
And it's literally just going to take a picture.
Okay.
And it's reading in my ear. It's reading really quietly.
And it doesn't matter if it's upside down, sideways, or anything.
It will guide you. It'll tell you the text appears to be upside down.
Yeah.
And it'll tell you that.
Wow.
So it'll tell you what you need to be looking for.
Wow.
And it'll say like, or there is no text available.
Gotcha.
So for instance, I'm capturing it with my finger. I'm holding my finger straight.
Mm-hmm.
And it's reading the brochure in my ear.
What about if you got pictures on it with a very less text?
It won't read the pictures. It'll say the text. Some parts are unreadable.
Okay.
But we recently added a new feature where if you connect it to your computer, either this device, the lipstick tube, the My Eye, or this device, which is called the Read, it's a handheld.
Okay.
You can stick it in a little stand and hook it up to your computer.
Okay.
And your computer then acts as a casting screen.
Wow.
And you can magnify if you're a magnification user, or if you're not a magnification user, you can work with JAWS or any other screen reader like JAWS. JAWS is a screen reader for people who are blind.
Cool.
You can work with any kind of screen reader to have it not only translate the text, read the text, but have AI summarize the text. You can ask AI questions. You can pull AI. We use a large language model, very similar to ChatGPT, but it's our proprietary blend, you know?
Okay, yeah, for sure. That special one.
Yes, secret herbs and spices.
Yeah, the secret herbs.
Yes,
yeah.
exactly. And so it pulls information from the internet like other large language models. So I'm not just reading word by word by word. When I hook up to the computer, I'm reading only what I want to read.
Oh, wow.
So you can use it either as a straight reader with the glasses, like I just did, where I pointed at the text.
Okay.
Or I tap the tap bar. That's another way to read. You can tap the tap bar.
So can you also tell it, just give me the summary, I don't want to know the whole thing.
So there are some options with the wearable. With the wearable, you can do smart reading. You can say, hey, OrCam, smart reading. And here we go, it's capturing.
Okay.
Read phone numbers.
Okay.
And I just shut him up. Hey, OrCam, exit.
Now,
so it's exiting smart. It exits smart reading.
Cool.
So smart reading is going to read the. You can tell it to read certain things, but that is a kind of a shortcut key.
Oh, gotcha.
You say smart reading, but you have to be very specific in what you want it to say.
Okay.
So, for instance, if I say find phone numbers, it is literally going to word search, kind of like the find bar in Microsoft Word. It's literally going to word search for the word phone numbers. If I say read phone numbers, it's going to look for things that look like phone numbers. So that's a shortcut key. Now, when you go to casting, when you do the My Eye 3 or the Read 3, and you can put it in the stand, this little guy in the stand, or this little guy in the stand, and hook it up to your computer with Wi-Fi or with a data cord, then you can get the summary, like you were asking. Like,
gotcha.
So, then you can read the summary.
So it's gonna need like a processing power from the computer in order to do this work for you.
Exactly. Well, in order to do the hardcore AI, yes,
for sure.
If you want to do the like fresh out of the box AI, you don't need that.
Gotcha.
But if you want to do the really next level, it's really great for students, for working professionals. That next level AI is really great in research. We're working with Make 48, which is a program for young students who are makers, who are robotics, for engineering, STEM, 3D modeling. It's a competition, and they have several days, and people get together from all these different states and get together, and they have a maker competition. So we're helping out with that, and we've actually donated an OrCam to the Texas School for the Blind, who's going to be participating in Maker 48. Go
guys! This is amazing. Now the other question comes to the mind. Does it remember as well? What did you read 2 hours ago or something?
So it does not save anything because of security.
Oh.
Now, if you're using the computer, if you're casting with the 3, with the My Eye 3 or the Read 3, you can choose to save it to your computer.
Gotcha.
You can choose to download it as an image or copy it over into a Word doc or save it as an MP3. You can choose. But as for this little guy by himself, he does not save anything.
Okay. The other question is, what if you fall? Does it give you any kind of alarms or something where it is, or where is it like?
Oh, you mean if it falls off?
Yeah.
So there is something called Find My OrCam. In the app, there's an OrCam app that allows you to control some things remotely, and it's pretty delicate. So if you want to, you can say Find My, you tap the Find button, and it'll give a little ping as to where it is. But it best be close by, and it best be powered on.
Wow.
So good rule of thumb typically is to either keep it on the glasses, or this little doohickey at the top is an eyelet for a lanyard. So you can wear it as a neck loop.
Oh, cool.
So like this guy, the Read, is a handheld, so I wear it as a neck loop because I tend to be pretty Hansel and Gretel with my possessions and leave like a trail of stuff everywhere I go. And so yes, I am like.
You make sure you can go back to your.
I always know where it is. Exactly.
Cool. Now, so a last question: how many blind people are into the robotics lab or AI technology or something?
It's increasing so much.
Okay.
If you had asked me even 10 years ago, I would have been like, it's getting there. It's exploded.
Wow.
The interest of blind people and visually impaired people in STEM is growing exponentially because of AI.
Yeah, for sure. Well, I'm glad the AI has solved a lot of problems. It's not just for us.
We're using its powers for good.
For sure. And just in the end, I wanted to get your name and the company that you're representing. And are you based in Houston or you come from outside?
I am Jessica Glazebrook. I work for OrCam Technologies. I am based in Austin, but I travel statewide. I'm the local Texas representative for OrCam.
Oh, cool.
So if you have any questions about OrCam, you come find me.
Perfect scene. I'll definitely share your detail with my audience. So if anybody needs any kind of information or something,
Let me
they
get
can.
you my card.
Yeah, sure.
So mine is the handwritten one because I'm so new to OrCam. This is
Okay.
my first booth with the company.
Okay, okay.
So mine is the handwritten one.
Gotcha.
And then the typed one is Jessica Clark. She's our regional sales rep. She
Okay.
does the whole Southwest.
Okay, no
so
problem.
she's my kind of my leadership.
That's fine. Thank you so much. Once again, really appreciate that.
It was so nice to have met
nice
you.
meet you too. Nice meet you.
Nice meeting you.
Thank
Oh my
you.
gosh,
Thank
you
you.
too.
Thank you.
You best send us a link.
I will.
So I can see how I mortified myself on television.
You're good. You're good.
My name is Jacqueline Malusu. I am the Program Engagement Manager with the Texas Talking Book Program at the Texas State Library and Archives Commission. So the Talking Book Program provides books and magazines to anybody who has a visual, physical, or reading disability. So if you're unable to hold or turn the pages of the book, you can qualify for our program. And we offer large print books that are available, digital audio books, and braille books.
Wow, perfect scene. So let me have your card, and I'll also share the details with you guys in order for you to reach her and the business. And obviously you can see equipment and different kind of versions of the material available. There's the physical, there's electronic as well. Definitely, I'll share more details.
Yeah, and if you wanted to contact the Talking Book Program, you can visit us online at texastalkingbooks.org, or you can give us a call at 1-800-252-9605.
Perfect. Thank you so much for your time once again, lady. I appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye, guys.
Hi, guys. I have with me Daryan from Houston Lighthouse. So let's find out what this project does and how they're helping the blind people.
Yes.
Please tell our audience.
We are so excited. The Lighthouse of Houston is a nonprofit organization here in Houston. It serves people of all ages and all stages of vision loss. We have a lot of different programs and services that we do at the Lighthouse. One of our main things is that we love to help provide employment opportunities for people who are blind or low vision. And on top of that, we also really love to help people learn the skills and tools and education they need to potentially go into the workforce. And we always say we want to help people live their life to their fullest. So,
and do you also provide counseling or like, I don't know, because they probably go through a lot of depression, stress or something, and I'm sure they all have family issues too. Some people have lost the sight recently and they're kind of not accepting this kind of change in their lives. How do you guys help them out? Because a lot of people would be in the same situation.
absolutely. And that's another thing that I love about the Lighthouse is we really do have so many different areas that we are able to help serve the community, including with our behavioral health and support groups. We have an online support group, just an in general one.
Wow.
And then we also have a diabetes education support group. So
Cool.
we've got a couple different ones going on. And we also do individual counseling and behavioral health as well.
And what about for those people who cannot commute to you? Do you have any kind of facility for them online or over the phone or some kind of services?
You can always call our office and we'll be able to provide you with some resources. The Friday support group is fully online, and the diabetes support group has an online option. We actually recently launched a brand new website that is fully accessible, and we're working on building more resources, adding videos, and just building that out so that our website's going to be a really great resource as well.
I'm glad. And are you just covering or available in Houston, or you have outside Houston reach as well?
So the Lighthouse of Houston serves the greater Houston and Gulf Coast area, but there are other lighthouses around the country and around the nation. And we're not necessarily all connected, but we all have very similar missions and goals, and we all work to serve the blind and low vision community.
And just the last question, how many members do you have at the moment? Just like a vague idea.
Yeah, at least our employees, we have about 90 employees, and over about 58% of them are actually blind or low vision themselves.
Wow. And how many people have you registered with your organization until now?
Annually, at least we serve about 14,000 people annually through all of our different programs and services.
That's a huge number, guys. This means they have all the processes and everything mastered and matured. So definitely, if anybody needs any kind of help or you're going through any hardship just because of your blindness, or maybe you're going visually impaired, please get in touch. We have a lot of resources provided by the government. And what is the pay model? It's provided free by the government, hosted by the government, or how does it work?
A few of our different programs kind of come with different things. We do have a lot of fun free programs and services. Like, for example, we actually have our beeping Easter egg hunt coming up for the youth. That is a free event and it's open to the public. We encourage everyone to come out and have a great time. But there are some other programs and services that have a slight fee, but they're self-pay options. We also take major insurances in our low vision clinic. And we always are working with people to try and help overcome any financial challenges people may have.
I wanted
to help provide services.
Yeah, I wanted to ask you about the insurance, and that's going to be the other question too. So thank you so much. You have already covered that. So guys, I'll take her details and share it with you as well. So in case somebody wants to get in touch, definitely we can do that.
Yeah, and again, I definitely encourage you to go check out our new website. It has all of this information there about all of our different programs and services. And we hope to hear from you all soon.
Thank you so much for your time, Daryan. I appreciate that. I really appreciate that. Thank you. Thanks, guys. Stay tuned for the next episode.